Hey guys, it's me, Lydia, and I'm back. Let's start again.
Hey guys, it's me, Lydia, and I'm back with another video. I have been gone, as you can tell, for a few months. I have just recently graduated from high school, class of 2018, about a month ago actually. And I have been wanting to actually do this video for quite a while, actually for a couple months now, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it, or haven't really had the energy to prepare to do it really till like this morning. So as you can tell by the video, I am talking about my job shadow experience with kindergarten and elementary special ed, and I just wanted to give a little background story first of all of what interested me. Here is a little background story of what interested me into like job shadowing and teaching. So I became interested in wanting to become like a teacher, not really like special ed till like later on. I've considered and thought of wanting to be a teacher since I was practically like in first grade, and of course I've had other like interests on and off for the last many years now, and like just becoming a teacher always just came back to me, and that's like usually the number one thing that I would love to do. And I still, after job shadowing, I'm just growing to love it even more. Doing like special ed, like job shadowing special ed, and possibly becoming like a specifically an elementary special ed teacher didn't really hit till like actually within the last year or two, kind of end of junior year into senior year, so pretty recently. I would say the people that kind of inspired me in a way to pursue and to keep going with wanting to become like a elementary teacher, an elementary special ed teacher, would probably be a couple of the teachers I had in elementary school. I'd say about 3 to 4 teachers from elementary school inspired me, mostly in particular compared to like all of my other teachers I've had over the years. And just to become like a teacher, but to become like a special ed teacher, and I'm not too sure yet if I want to stick with elementary or do high school. I know for a fact I really would prefer not to do middle school, but who knows, maybe I will, or maybe I won't even become a teacher. I don't know. But I would say within the last year or two, one of the last teachers I had in high school kind of pretty much almost inspired me to almost look into special ed, and I've always been interested in younger children in particular, so then I went on to look into elementary special ed, because that's what really interests me. And the first time I job shadowed kindergarten, I only did it once, and I absolutely loved it. But like afterwards, even though I loved it like so much, it was kind of very daunting to me and overwhelming, and I honor and like appreciate and I'm inspired by like all of like the kindergarten teachers, because they got their hands full, because the kids are so young. But I felt like at this moment in time it really wasn't the right fit for me, and I kind of wanted to explore other options. So that's when I got interested in elementary special ed, and I've did my job shadowing and like observing so far at the elementary school in the town that I live. I'm not going to give out details. Not much longer after I job shadowed kindergarten, I got contact in with one of the special ed teachers there, and there's different types of like special ed teachers. They have some of them do the all like inclusive like type rooms where they work with the severely like handicapped, disabled kids like with autism and Down syndrome. So I could have done something with that, but I haven't yet. I'm kind of considering that possibly, but I have done, I think it was probably around four or five times. I would have to look back possibly and see, but 4 or 5 times I worked with a first grade teacher a little bit and one of the special ed teachers there at the school that I job shadowed at, and I primarily worked with the special ed teacher, but we went back and forth to one of the first grade room side interaction with some of the typically developing kids and some of the ones that needed more help that were in special ed, and I found it very, very rewarding. A lot of hard work, required a lot of patience. It was kind of like noisy at times, but I really admired working and enjoyed working one-on-one or in a small group with some of the children. I'm going to talk about some of the pros and cons of job shadowing kindergarten. Some of the pros, I have 3 pros and 3 cons for like kindergarten. The first pro would probably be meeting all the children and seeing all their smiling faces and how welcoming they were. I got a lot of hugs that day that I job shadowed, and I also enjoyed like the activities that they do during the day and seeing them play and interact with one another. And one of the biggest things that I enjoyed was helping them and seeing some of them like click particularly with me and wanting to know me in a way, which was nice. But there was definitely some cons. Probably the number one thing for me would be not working one-on-one with the student as much as I would like, because I prefer working one-on-one or in a small group kind of setting with a couple students, and not knowing the individual students as like themselves and knowing them on more of a personal level, not just not like as someone that's coming in to watch them, but actually getting to know them and what they like and dislike in a way was more harder. And it was also very, very noisy at times. I would say it was a little more noisy at times in special ed, which I really didn't expect necessarily, but I knew it was going to be loud. Now let's get into the pros and cons of job shadowing special ed. In particularly, I could go on and on about job shadowing special ed because I did it quite a few times, but the number one thing that I really appreciated was getting to know each of the students more individually, more on a personal level of what they like and dislike, and working more like with like the teacher and like the students more collaboratively, and of course helping like a student more one-on-one. I really enjoy doing that, or doing it like a small group with like a couple students. And the other thing that I really think is a good pro would be like participating in their activities and seeing them also understand something that was once challenging to them, but now they understand it. Especially, that was rewarding for kindergarten, but in particularly doing special ed, because I can relate to them in a way because I went through special ed all the way from first grade to senior year. So I could like relate to like those students more when I job shadowed in special ed. It was just really rewarding to see them understand something and to share their joy and excitement with me and their teacher. But some of the cons for job shadowing elementary special ed would be the behavior problems, and some of them could have way way too much energy at times, and that leads into like it being noisy and seeing a student or a couple students like struggle with trying to do an activity or understanding like a concept was a con and kind of hard to see, because of course I could relate to that, especially if I've seen a student struggling with math in particular, because that is my weakness. So I almost felt like, in a way, since I'm trying to overcome my weakness and my fear with math, in a way that it was kind of hard to help them, but I managed to not really show that too much around them so they wouldn't be afraid, in a way, and it helped me. When they understood something, it helped me, in a way, persevere through the rest of my work. In a way, when I got back to school, this video, please give me a big thumbs up and click that beautiful red subscribe button. We will see you soon in probably another sit-down video about my experience going to college registration, because I just had that a few days ago. So we will see you in my next sit-down video. Peace!